Oh, traders, did you listen? Did you listen? Did you listen? Market, tell ya. Yesterday I put out a video saying capitulation coming. What happened to the market today? Very, very, very interesting. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it. Oh, but by the way guys, I've got to sell my course. You know that, right? So the very first thing in the description, I've got a whole breakthrough trading course. It goes through 5 phases long and the investment is nothing. It's free. Click on the link. It literally is. It actually is free. Click on the very first thing in the description, guys. You can actually get a free course from me to help you with your trading. Now, yesterday I came out and I said, capitulation coming. I feel like there's a bit of a capitulation coming in the market. And so I talked about how the stock market hasn't finished its pullback yet, if it is just a pullback. Okay. And I also talked about the good old Bitcoin. So I'm going to talk to you more about that as well too, right? So let's have a look at this here. So what happened with the stock market today? We had this breakdown bar coming through today. So if I bring on some sort of resistance trend lines through here, we can see the market is actually, we've actually now looking at the S&P 500, we've actually broken back below this level through here. And as you can see, right, all of it came up and then now we had this very big drop down through here. So very, very interesting to see of what the actual price is actually doing. If we're looking at any sort of short-term levels of where the market could run to next week, we could probably look at levels through here somewhere. So maybe, just maybe, if I just use possibly, maybe and possibly, possibly through there, or maybe even, yeah, it's very. Let me bring on that level through there. Let's actually do this here. So it's probably that level through there. And I'm just trying to connect the most touches. So it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how it all works out here moving forward into next week. But we're probably going to have a bit more of a flushing effect because look what's that? The NASDAQ futures are down over 4%. Russell's down over 3.5%. S&P 500 down 3.5%. The Dow is down over 3% as well too. Metals have been getting hit quite hard as well, and then obviously Bitcoin and the crypto market's been getting hit as well too. So which was expected to happen. So you can see through here, and there's actually a lot of good trades that are happening right now, guys. A lot of good trades. So I'm really excited. Just so you know, for my personal trading, I had a real short-term trade and gave me a 30% return on risk on that trade. So again, but that's obviously on the risk, right? So if I'm risking $10,000, it'd be $3,000 profit, all right? So that's what I'm saying there, return on risk, okay? So that was one trade that had a start of the week. And then today I got into another trade and I'll be able to see what happens with that next week when the market opens up. But just really, really, really nice setups that are forming in the markets right now. And so, and again, when you click on that very first thing in the description, in the trading course, I actually teach you my trading system. So if you want to learn the actual system and I'll actually look at that I trade, then you'll be able to see all that over there. Click on the very first thing in the description, guys, click on that and go get the help you need. So we can see that's what's happening through there on the Dow Jones. The NASDAQ was the one that actually got hit quite the hardest. But again, we're getting very, very close to a sort of a significant support level through here. So if I bring on the hourly charts, we're getting very close to a level of support, which may or may not find a level of support through there. I'm just having a look at that chart there. Okay, yeah. So if it is going to find support level, it's going to be here, right? And especially on the NASDAQ, that sort of 12,000 level is definitely a strong area of support. If it is going to find support level through there, it's going to be that level probably through there before. If it does bounce, if 12,000 does not hold on the stock market, then we're probably going to see a very big movement on the downside coming out of the NASDAQ. The Dow Jones, same sort of thing here, right? We've got this sort of possible trend line coming up through there. We have indeed actually broken back below this level here again. This whole level has been a very, very strong key area of support and resistance in the past, as you can see, and we're breaking back below here. So it's again, it's going to be really interesting to see how this plans out, because we did come up, we've got a bit of a false breakout to the upside, and then now it's actually pulling back hard. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all works out next week. I do see a lot more downside to come, but the really big thing here that I'm watching for is to see whether this does hold or not, because this actually could be the start of an upward move, maybe, right? What I mean by that, guys, is this: we could come back down, form a higher low, and then start to make a move back up, right? So that's what could be forming right now. We could just be in a very strong move up, move down, create a higher low. We could be, not saying we are, we could be doing that, or this could just be a bit of a fake out, and before we see another big drop to the downside out of the stocky market. So again, we have to be very, very cautious, guys, not be swayed one way, okay? Do not be swayed one way. Let the market tell you, because if you're bearish right now, okay, cool, the bearish market's bearish, and the market does start to create that high low and starts to turn around, then the buyers are coming back in, and the buyers are starting an upward trend. They're telling you that. So listen to the market, not your ego. Let's have a look at some the home builder index. Really not much to go on here. We actually were coming down. We actually broke a significant low, and now we've actually rallied back up. So again, this could just overall be, and if I bring on my moving averages as well too, on my moving average, you can see how it was below my moving average, which is the 52 moving average. Low, lower high, lower high, lower high. We actually broke below there, broke back up, came back down, and now found support level through there, right? And then, so this actually could be something like this, right? We could actually get something, we could be getting ready for something like that, maybe, maybe not, right? So that's obviously the big thing I'm watching for on home builder. Let's have a look at the financial sector. Financial sector, as you can see, we did have a nice strong trend, meaning we had these highs, lower highs, lower highs, and lower highs. We had this very strong down moving average. But now look what's happened. Something different happened, right? We actually come back up. We had a strong move down, and we had a strong move back up. So normally when you in an upward and a downward market, you get strong sellers and you get some weak buyers, and you get some strong sellers, and then you might get some weak buyers, and you get some strong sellers again, right? That's generally what happens in the bear market. So, but you can see here we're doing that, but also the moving average is flat, saying that, oh, we're not too sure about this here, right? The best trades are when we're making higher lows like this, and then we have a strong trending moving average, right? Strong trending moving average, that's when the best trades are there in the markets, right? Strong lower highs, and then significant bars that are breaking down. Yeah, so you can see that through there. So let's go have a look at the energy sector. Energy sector had a bit of a pullback today, but not really much going on there with the energy sector. We've actually had a bit of a rally in the last sort of couple of months there, or yeah, the last couple of months to the upside. Let's go have a look at gold. Gold has actually continued to, again, I was saying this yesterday, that we may be getting a bit of buy-in support coming in soon, but that's my thought. I'm not, but what's happening with the markets right now is we're still in a very strong downward trend through here. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and lower highs. So even though we've got these support levels coming through here, the trend is still down right now, and we can't be fighting that. And this is for, when I say that, guys, this is trading purposes, not investing, right? Some people said, oh, John, that's for the short term, but not for the long term. Of course, you idiot, right? Right? These are now, there's a different analysis, right? If you're a buy and hold for the long term, you buy and hold for the rest of this decade, then analysis on the charts is not the thing you should be focusing on, right? I want you to think about what I just said there. If you're buying and holding for the rest of the decade, you should be focusing on charts, because charts are going to give you downtrends, uptrends, so on and so forth, right? So there's a different analysis that you should be focusing on there. Looking at the silver market, and we're actually about to break these lows here again. It's really interesting, right? It's like, oh man, I got so much flack, didn't I? Especially when we're up here, I'm like, guys, we're going to get a pullback soon. We're going to get a pullback soon. I don't trust it. Same with gold as well too, right? When we're up here, I was saying, we're going to get a pullback soon. We're going to get a pullback soon. And then look what's happened now, right? And then last but least, guys, I want to bring up the trading view, and I want to show you what's happened with the good old Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been bitter. So we have a look at this Bitcoin through here. We did break down through here. We broke down, we're going sideways, and now we're slightly breaking down through here. If we go a bit deeper and we go to the 4-hour charts, you'll be able to start to see what's going on now. If I squeeze my charts up, this may look very confusing to you, but what I see is, look what's happening now. We're starting to see a downward trend. High, lower high, and then now we're almost about to break these lows here with a strong trending moving average. So get ready for more downside, guys, especially on the crypto market. Get ready for more downside. Let's have a look at some of the same, say Ethereum. Ethereum is down over 7% today. And the same thing for here. Look at the trend. The trend has started to change, right? The trend has started to change. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Look at this here. Lower, low, lower, high. Now look at the moving average. Moving average is doing what? It's strong trending on the downside, right? What does that mean? High, lower, high. Once we break the, say, the 1,500 level on Ethereum, we're probably going to make our way back down towards the 900 level. Looking at that through there. Let's actually squeeze our charts up a bit more. Yeah, so we're probably going to make our way back down to that level through there. Looking at the good old Ethereum. The Ethereum price right now, I'm just looking at the long-term levels of support. Let me take the moving averages off. So the long-term levels of support and resistance were definitely through here. Yeah, and it's definitely changing. Look at that. So we had a lot of support level through here. We actually broke back above and we hit the resistance. Now we actually head back down through there, and now we're actually breaking back down, and now we're going sideways. Now we're continuing this downward move. So looking at the weekly charts, we are definitely in a strong downward trend. So the big thing is, if you're trading in the daily charts, guys, then always watch what the weekly charts are doing, because we can get these, as you can see, we get these pullbacks for a few weeks and people think the trend has changed, and then the market gets knocked down. We get a pullback for a few weeks or for a month or so, and then the market say, oh, the market's changed, and then we get a big knockdown again. It happens so much. So what's the trend on the higher time frame? So if you trade the daily charts, always watch what the weekly chart is doing, right? Because if there's a lower high, and we're going down, and we've been going down, we're getting a bit of a rally, but the trend has been down. This could just be another rally, another pullback in a big downward movement, and that's what we're seeing right now in Ethereum. So this market's about to get crushed. Big head and shoulder formation there. If you see that through there, guys, right? Big shoulder, right? Big shoulder, head, right? Big shoulder, head and shoulder formation as well too. So the projection for that would be, what's that, 500? So the projection for that is down to 1,000, which is down there. So, because what I did just there, guys, is I projected from the head, then I projected it from the neckline. I just measured it from there. So I measured it from the 1,500 level, right there, and then I took it from the 2,000 level as well too. So that's where I projected it from there, and then also projected it down from there to there in the markets. So that's what Ethereum's doing as well too. Looking at the 4-hour chart once again, and you can see once again we're getting a strong long-term moving average. Have a look at some of these other ones here as well too, such as Neo. They're all doing the same thing. Cardano, again, all doing the same thing, guys. All doing the same thing. So there we go, traders. There's going to be a lot of blood in the streets coming next week in the markets. We're going to get a lot more flushing effect. Today is, call it Black Friday, but I believe next week is going to be blood in the streets in the market. So if you are long, just make sure you're long some really good. Now this is for trading, guys. If you're long the markets, I must make one thing clear, okay? I'm actually long gold and silver right now. I'm long some of the mining stocks right now. But I don't care I'm not worrying about right now, right? With that. My long-term buy and hold is gold, silver, mining sector. That's my long-term buy and hold, right? And I also do have some of the S&P 500. But majority of my long-term portfolio is in that sector. Why am I doing that? And why have I done that? Because I see by 2030, we're going to be much, 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 much higher than we are right now, right? Hundreds and hundreds of % higher than where we are right now by 2030. Now, how that forms, how that gets there, whether it starts now, whether it starts next week, whether it starts next month, whether it starts next year, I don't know, but I'm very comfortable in being in those long-term positions to capitalize on that move. I'm not trying to time the market with those positions, right? Who knows? It could be this year. We could get another 20% drop in the mining sector, gold, silver, and so on and so forth. Make sense? So that's my investing portfolio. I don't really care what happens. That's just a buy and hold for long term, because I'm really, really confident come 2030, and I'm going to have a lot of extra seven figures in my account from that position. Make sense? But from now to there, swings up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't care. Just let that go. That's investing, right? Trading is what we're talking about here. Looking at the patterns, looking at the moving averages, looking at the trading system. And trading is all about that, right? Just trading patterns. And if you'd like to learn my trading pattern that I use, then just make sure you click on the link in the description and go grab it. And just please, guys, if you are long these markets right now on a short-term basis, some really highly risky options trades and stuff like that, just make sure, just say to yourself, if the worst case scenario happens with this position, am I still going to be okay? And if the answer is no, then you need to be clicking that sell button as soon as the market opens up. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new Breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new Breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.